fresh news, smart talk, all day. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
Good morning. The PLP appears to be battle ready. The Prime Minister says the party must get their branches together. Tourism officials expressing concern following a report of a missing U.S. woman. And the opposition says there are fewer people employed than 5 years ago. It's all straight ahead this morning. I'm Dwight Strachan, and this is Morning Blend.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. Don't you know that it's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day.
Good morning once again, Bahamas. It is Wednesday, June 26, 2024. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Again, I'm Dwight Strachan. In a moment, Chester Robards will be joining us. Also this morning, we'll be talking with CBS Bahamas' Brent Burrows Jr. About a surprising visit from Revenue Task Force representatives. And later, we'll get a preview of this weekend's Bikinitop Bareback Beach Run. And then in business, our friends from Bristol Wines and Spirits are here for their monthly segment. They've got something special in store for us today. That's all ahead on a busy Wednesday. But first, it's time for the overnight, the latest breaking news from while you were sleeping, in the top national and international headlines this morning. In the overnight, Prime Minister Phil Davis directing PLPs to ready the ship and prepare for the 2026 general election during a rally-style meeting in Mount Moriah here in New Providence. Davis at the regional PLP meeting at C.W. Sawyer Primary School in Yellow Elders last night, saying, quote, when a hurricane is coming, there are three stages they talk about. They talk about the watch, they talk about the alert, and then the warning. Now, this is the watch period. When I come back here, we'll start talking about the alert. Right now, we're talking the watch period. So in the watch period, it's time to ready the ship. PLPs, it's time to ready the ship, get our branches in gear. Tall Pines MP Dr. Michael Darville, who's also the Minister of Health, told the crowd to prepare for a political battle. As authorities continue their investigations into the disappearance of a Chicago woman who traveled to the Bahamas to attend a yoga retreat on Paradise Island, Ministry of Tourism officials flying into high gear, trying to prevent significant fallout from the growing U.S. media attention on the Taylor Casey matter. The 41-year-old Casey was reportedly last seen at the yoga retreat on the eastern end of the island on June 19th. Bahamian police have issued a missing persons report on her. The matter is focusing attention on the Bahamas as the search continues without any known development. Speaking yesterday, Director General of Tourism Latia Duncombe telling local reporters that all systems are a go in terms of a PR perspective and that they're having meetings to get ahead of the issue and try to map it out, her words. Less than a day after repairs were made to remedy a water crisis impacting central Eleuthera, another equipment failure led to more outages. In a statement yesterday, the Water and Sewage Corporation said it was arranging for a barge to deliver water to the island to help with the situation until water production can resume. It said, though, that the desalination contractor advised that At about 9 o'clock yesterday morning, there was a failure on the main well pump, and the teams were at that time yesterday on the site working to resume normal operations. East Grand Bahama MP Kwesi Thompson has questioned the timing of the release of the latest unemployment figures, adding that the 9.9% jobless rate paints a worrying picture about the Bahamian economy. Thompson, who served as Minister of State for Finance in the Minnis administration, said the jobs figures show that fewer people are employed now than they were 5 years ago. He noted that in May 2019, the Bahamas National Statistical Institute reported that the Bahamian economy had 214,890 people employed, but that the latest published report shows the number of employed people stood at 214,170 people. And a prison inmate is hoping that the Court of Appeal will reinstate charges against 3 prison officers who allegedly beat him up. Maurice McIntosh filed a private prosecution against the officers for causing harm after they allegedly ruptured his eardrum in a beating. On December 7, 2023, Magistrate Samuel McKinney discharged the officers after accepting their plea of autrefois conflict. The officers had already been found guilty of assaulting an inmate by the Bahamas Department of Corrections Disciplinary Tribunal. As a result, McKinney ruled that they should not be tried again for essentially the same offense. The matter was scheduled to be heard by the Court of Appeal yesterday, however, it was adjourned at the request of lawyers Brian Dorset and Owen Wells. The appeal is now scheduled for September 12th. Overseas, Kenyans waking up to the acrid smell of tear gas still lingering in the capital of Nairobi, a day after protesters stormed Parliament amid violent demonstrations over a controversial tax plan, during which at least 6 people were killed. As the day began today, there were no reports of violence, but police and soldiers patrolled the streets as city workers began cleaning up debris. Parliament, the City Hall, and the Supreme Court were cordoned off with tape reading, "Crime scene, do not enter." The military was deployed overnight to support police, as well as President William Ruto called the events treasonous and vowed to quash the unrest at whatever cost. Kenya has been rocked by massive protests over a week in opposition to a proposed finance bill that would raise taxes as frustrations over the cost of living are simmering. Many young people who helped vote Ruto into power with cheers from his promises of economic relief have taken to the streets to object to the pain of reforms. Thousands of protesters stormed Kenya's parliament Tuesday, burning parts of the building while legislators fled. Police responded with gunfire and several protesters were killed. The city mortuary telling the Associated Press that it received 6 bodies from the police on Tuesday. And the first UN-backed contingent of foreign police arrived in Haiti Tuesday, nearly 2 years after the troubled Caribbean country urgently requested help to quell a surge in gang violence. A couple hundred police officers from Kenya landed in the capital of Port-au-Prince, whose main international airport reopened in late May after gang violence forced it to close for nearly 3 months. It wasn't immediately known what the Kenyans' first assignment would be, but they will face violent gangs that control 80% of Haiti's capital and have left more than 580,000 people homeless across the country as they pillage neighborhoods in their quest to control more territory. Gangs have also killed several thousand people in recent years. The Kenyans' arrival marks the 4th major foreign military intervention in Haiti. While some Haitians welcome them, others view the force with caution, given that the previous intervention, the UN's 2004 to 2017 peacekeeping mission, was marred by allegations of sexual assault and the introduction of cholera, which killed nearly 10,000 people. In sports, the stage is set for what's anticipated to be the most exciting and exhilarating national track and field championships in quite some time. The B3As, the Bahamas Association of Athletic Associations, Junior Athletics Invitational and Kids Athletics Invitational and Junior and Senior National Track and Field Championships, dubbed the Road to Paris. They get underway today at 3 p.m. at the original Thomas A. Robinson Track and Field Stadium. It'll run through Friday with all the top athletes home competing. The three-day meet is a preeminent qualifier for local athletes for the World Athletics Under-20 Championships, which will take place August 27th through 31st in Lima, Peru, and the Summer Olympic Games next month, July 26th through August 11th in Paris, France. Well, in a festive and celebratory unveiling ceremony, the Bahamas Olympic Committee revealing the Olympic gear for Team Bahamas for next month's Summer Olympic Games. Prizes and giveaways, entertainment and dynamic displays last night, but the highlight was the walkthrough of the models showcasing what Team Bahamas will wear in Paris. They were donned in stylish light blue and black gear, and some even had their travel bags with them. You can see some pictures in today's Nassau Guardian. And it's crunch time for Team Bahamas in basketball. A 13-member squad has been named for the Acropolis tournament in Greece this week as the country prepares to face off against Montenegro and host nation Greece in preparation for next week's FIBA International Basketball Federation Olympic qualifying tournament. The Bahamas will play Montenegro today and then will face Greece. The Greek team led by Giannis Antetokounmpo. Both games will be played at the Peace and Friendship Stadium. You can see all the names for the Bahamas' team in today's Guardian Sports section. That's sports, and that's the overnight. Time for your first look at weather. First, a good weather this morning brought to you by Easy Car Sales. We've got a severe weather warning, a thunderstorm warning in effect for the central and south portions of Abaco and the Berry Islands. A thunderstorm warning for Grand Bahama, North Abaco, and Bimini has been canceled, but this latest warning in effect until 7:20 this morning. The Department of Meteorology says showers associated with this will be locally heavy and thunderstorms strong to severe at times, causing gusty winds, dangerous lightning, heavy downpours, hail, and possible waterspout or tornado activity. This is all as a result of a number of factors, persistent troughing and tropical moisture. It's going to continue to support bouts of showers and thunderstorms through tonight. Boaters should be alert for possible waterspout activity. Beachgoers should exercise caution along Atlantic exposures, and the risk of flooding in low-lying and flood-prone areas during heavy and prolonged rainfall events is possible. Residents also advised to remain hydrated. So again, a lot going on. For today, for the northwest and central Bahamas, we're looking at variably cloudy, hot, and humid conditions with scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms across portions of the northwest and central islands. Expect breezy conditions over the central Bahamas. Showers can be heavy and thunderstorms strong at times. For boaters, a small craft caution is in effect for Atlantic exposures in the central islands. Expect gusty winds and higher seas in or near showers and thunderstorms. Winds south to southwest at 10 to 15 knots across the northwestern islands. Southeast to south at 15 knots with occasional gusts in the central Bahamas. Seas 2 to 4 feet in the northwest Bahamas. And in the central islands, 3 to 5 feet near shore, but up to 6 feet along Atlantic exposures. For the southeast Bahamas today, a mix of sun and clouds, warm and breezy with isolated showers and thunderstorms through tonight. For boaters, a small craft caution in effect for Atlantic exposures. Expect gusty winds and higher seas in or near showers and thunderstorms. Winds east to southeast at 15 to 20 knots. Seas 3 to 5 feet near shore, but up to 6 feet along Atlantic exposures. Temperatures today, we're looking at highs getting up to around 90 Fahrenheit, 32 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight getting down to about 77 Fahrenheit, 25 Celsius. We're seeing some light fog in some parts of New Providence this morning, so keep that in mind during your early commute. But that's your first look at weather this morning. We have your extended outlook and a look at the tropics coming up after traffic in just a bit. Your first look at weather brought to you by Easy Car Sales. Do you think you can't afford a new electric vehicle? Well, think again. Easy Car Sales has many models of affordable EVs competitively priced to suit your pocketbook and your lifestyle. And every electric car comes with your personal home charger. There is an EV waiting for you at Easy Car Sales. Find it on easy242.com.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way.
It is time for a break, but when we come back, we're discussing the day's top stories right here on Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9, your home for fresh news and smart talk all day.
Wake up, it's a new day.
Do you have uncontrollable debt? Are you ready to make that move to Fidelity for a stress-free future? These loans have a built-in savings plan that pays you unbeatable interest. Ask about our debt consolidation loans today. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
Looking to elevate your gadget game, or are tech troubles simply slowing you down? Escape to a world of innovation at Custom Computers, your go-to store for the latest cutting-edge tech. Whether you need to upgrade your life with the best from Apple and Windows, or your device needs a little TLC, the Custom Computers Know-How Store is the destination for unbeatable expertise and quality repairs. With 2 convenient locations, there's a Custom Computers near you on Patton Street in Palmdale and Caves Village, or call 396-1100.
Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Street, has those hard-to-find fasteners for you right now. You can find stainless steel regular hex, carriage bolts, galvanized bolts, threaded rods, nails, self-tap screws, sex bolts, anchor bolts, turnbuckles, masonry tools, hand tools, and weed whacker strings. Check out the rope selection and car body fasteners, too. Special orders are welcome. It's your #1 fastener store. Screws and Fasteners World, Balfour Avenue and Palm Beach Streets. Call 326-1976.
In the world of business, technology is not a choice, it's a necessity. And for businesses that demand excellence, there's only one choice for unparalleled support and cutting-edge technology. Custom Computers. You have challenges and we have solutions. Computing, networking, storage, and printing for enterprises large and small, aligned with premium brands like HP, Microsoft, Konica Minolta, and more. Get tech done the right way with Custom Computers. Call the Know-How team at 396-1101.
Maybe it's time to explore your options. There's no harm in reviewing your mortgage arrangement and considering a better deal. CIBC Caribbean can help you narrow your search and decide. Switch your mortgage to CIBC Caribbean and enjoy a special interest rate and help towards your switching cost. Visit CIBCFCIB.com/inspired home for more information. Conditions apply.
Are you tired of the hustle and bustle of city life, yearning for a relaxing getaway without the headaches of international travel? Well, we've got just the thing for you. Escape to paradise without leaving home with our limited time 2-fly free offer for Bahamas residents. Whether you're craving adventure, seeking to reconnect with your roots, or simply yearning to unwind in secluded shores, the Family Islands has something for everyone. But you better act fast, because this incredible 2-fly free offer is only available until June 30th. Don't let this opportunity slip away. So why wait? Book your trip today. Escape the ordinary, discover the extraordinary, and experience the magic of the Family Islands. Visit BahamasResidence.com for more information and start planning your ultimate island getaway today.
326 EPIC. Hello. This Epic Eckert Battery. This Miss Beulah from round the corner. I hear you're selling tires now on Wolf Road too.
Praise the Lord. It's about time. I live Fox Hill and Fire Trail. It's too far.
That ain't all. They open Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. On Sunday and holiday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
My brother Sam, he's a hacker, and he could go right there and get fixed up.
Call us at 326 EPIC. We ship also to the Family Island.
Living with a neurological condition shouldn't define you. At Cleveland Clinic in Florida, we do whatever it takes to make life better today while discovering new treatments for a brighter tomorrow. From epilepsy management to specialized spine care and brain tumor surgery, we're delivering world-class neurology care for the day-to-day, for the days you live for every care in the world. Visit clevelandclinicflorida.org/Caribbean.
RBC. Are you buying a home, renovating, or exploring mortgage options? With cashback and up to 90% financing, we'll find the perfect mortgage for you. Pre-qualify in just 60 seconds and get connected with a mortgage specialist today. Visit rbc.com/mortgages/all of you. RBC. Conditions apply.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. It's the start of a new way. Don't you know that it's the start of the end of the old way. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Welcome back to Morning Blend here on Guardian Radio 96.9. We are streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and on the Guardian Radio app for smart devices. We're also on your televisions on Cable Bahamas Channel 969. You can tweet us at MorningBlend969 or Facebook.com/MorningBlend969. Text us on the Guardian Radio text line powered by BTC 422-4796. Once again, I'm Dwight Strachan. Joining me now, Chester Robards.
Happy birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you.
Don't even speak yet. Listen to the music. Don't speak. Listen.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Who did I need to call you?
Happy birthday, Chester Robards.
Thank you very much.
So happy that you joined us. Joined us for your birthday today.
Yeah.
Isn't
Did I
that
have
special?
a choice?
What? Why are you saying such things?
So people know that you rule with an iron fist.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. But we hope you have a wonderful day. It's starting out great, I hope.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Look where I am.
And hey, Bristol's going to be here. So it'll be...
It's always great to see Kyle and them.
So it'll be like a party.
That's true.
Yeah, so that's all ahead. So everybody send your wishes to Chester Robards today. How old are you today? 31?
Yes.
Yeah, great.
Sure.
Great stuff. All right. Yeah, so that's coming up. Also, maybe you saw the post that Brent Burrows II put up on Twitter and probably on Facebook too, I think.
Yeah, asking me? Oh, you're talking to the audience? Okay.
You too.
It wasn't a maybe for me, I mean.
You wrote an article.
I wrote a whole story.
But he's going to be joining us to talk about this. Is it excessive force from the Revenue Task Force to walk into the store in the middle of the day with big old guns and stuff?
Is it excessive or
was it necessary?
Well, okay, that's the question.
Well, was it excessive at all? And why? Why? We're going to talk to him about that in just a few minutes. Later, we're going to get a preview of the Bikinitop Bareback Beach Run. This is quite a... wide swinging hair from
Yeah.
one end to the other. And tell you what you need to know about that. You doing that one?
Huh?
What? And then later, as we said, Bristol Wines and Spirits will be here. We've got some special guests coming through with that segment as well in business. So that's all ahead. But let's begin with what else is in the news. And in the news, just want to quickly mention this because I do believe this is Dwight, believe this is far too early to be doing this type of talk. This is not helpful. We have so much work to do.
What are you talking about? You're talking about this story?
I'm talking about, yes. The
that's
PLP,
leading the paper?
PLP battle ready. PLP ready for battle. The Prime Minister telling folks at a branch meeting, which didn't feel like a regular branch meeting because the entire cabinet looks like it was there and half the Senate.
The whole tree.
And all the media and everybody in the whole world and people who can't even spell politics were there last night. Very strange. But a rally style is being described as a rally style meeting in Mount Moriah. And this very unusual language from the Prime Minister.
So is this a rally? Is this a rally? Rallying the troops?
I guess.
Hurricane coming, get ready.
See, that's my problem. This is not the type of language we should be using in the Bahamas. All right? Don't even joke about it.
I mean,
don't even joke. I know people say, "Oh, you're just being so picky." No. Seriously, let's not. What are you saying? What?
I'm being literally picky because as far as analogies go, I don't think it was great.
That too, but just with the trauma we've had and the fear that we have, this is said to be a very active hurricane season. This is not. No. You could find so many better analogies, right? But when a hurricane is coming, there are 3 stages they talk about. This is the Prime Minister saying this last night. They talk about the watch, they talk about the alert, they talk about the warning. Now, this is the watch period. When I come back, we'll start talking about the alert. Right now, we are talking the watch period. So in the watch period, it's time to ready the ship. Oh, boy.
Also,
I don't understand.
Also, again, the analogy, right? Who's the storm? Is it you? Or the government? What are you looking out for?
The devastating Category 5 hurricane. Yeah. Oh, boy. Anyway, poor choice. But 2 years of this, folks, at least, right? It might be a little shorter. But 2 years of this already. And again, still so much work to do.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so we want to get down to this story. The Ministry of Tourism working overtime to get a handle on this situation, which is getting a lot of U.S. media attention, of course, not surprising. But take a listen to this report from our Destiny Johnson.
As the search continues for the 41-year-old American woman who went missing on Paradise Island last week, Director General in the Ministry of Tourism, Latia Duncombe, revealed tourism officials have met to get ahead of the situation, which has garnered international attention. She noted that there is not much the ministry can do at this time, as her disappearance is an ongoing police investigation.
The ministry, we've obtained the family information recently, and we have a visitor relations department that would reach out. But again, it's an active police investigation. So there's only so much we can do at this time. As it relates to publicity or information, we're guided by the authorities. However, we do have a very strong team, both local and international, and we will continue to make sure that the actual information that is available is shared with the relevant parties, including our media team here on the ground.
Chicago native Taylor Casey was last seen on Paradise Island on June 19th. Her relatives say she traveled to the country to attend a yoga retreat at Sivananda Ashram Yoga Retreat Center on Paradise Island, but there is no record of her having been at the retreat. Police recovered Casey's phone on the beach on Paradise Island. Casey's mother, Colette Seymour, said in a statement she believes that Casey is in danger. Amid the local search, international news outlets have highlighted the Level 2 travel advisory issued for the Bahamas due to violent crime. Duncombe insisted the Bahamas remains a safe tourist destination.
We're going to be guided by the authorities. However, on the other side, from a PR perspective, it's all systems go. We have meetings even today because we do need to get ahead of it and to try and map it out. Tourism is our number one business. The destination is safe, and we need to make sure that visitors do feel safe when they visit the Bahamas.
She adds that situations like this one must be addressed in a measured way.
The first thing that we also have to remember is it's still an ongoing investigation. And right now, we don't want to move based on any assumptions. And we also need to respect the family as well and not to share anything that may not be the case. So again, our prayers are with the family. We want to allow the authorities time for the investigation. I will commit to updating this group because this is our local media and it's very important.
Casey's loved ones have created accounts on Facebook and Instagram, Find Taylor Casey, in an effort to get word out and aid search efforts. Casey is 5'10" with brown eyes, short brown hair, light brown skin, and a slender build. The family is urging anyone with information on her whereabouts to come forward. Reporting for Guardian News Network, I'm Destiny Johnson.
Okay, I believe the police say there's going to be an update today. I believe that's what they said yesterday. But we will see. We'll see what the latest is on this. Some of the commentary on the postings on the Guardian social media, on Facebook, comments have been... Mean, outrageous. Yeah.
Stink.
Okay. So that's not helping the cause or why the family probably thinks she's in danger. If the reaction is what people are seeing on Bahamian social media, they're like, oh yeah, she definitely isn't safe. If everybody, many people are talking like this.
Yeah. And it's not gonna get better. I noticed this morning that a friend of mine posted something that was posted by one of her family members, allegedly, right? Now they've started this whole talk about telling people not to go to the Bahamas.
Oh boy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you know what Bahamians are gonna do. And his post was along that line. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Every article, every story, broadcast or print, has mentioned the advisory earlier in the year and the murders and all that stuff. Yeah. Every single one. So, boy. We've got a lot of your text messages. You can continue to text and call in 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259, toll free 242-300. 5720. Tweet us, Facebook us, text us 422-4796. A lot of people asking how old you are today, Chester Robards.
Yeah, why do they want to know that?
You know why.
I don't know why.
Okay. The PLP, my PLP, say they battle ready. What kind of conch slop garbage is my PM talking about? The people will get wipe out if we head to the polls. What in the hello? I was not even impressed with the crowd. Pull back, Mr. PM, pull back. Wow. Okay. This texter says, Dwight, the country was in election mode from the last election. Don't you think the FNM is also getting ready 2 years out? Okay, maybe.
They just had a convention.
This doesn't seem the same. I'm sorry. It's not quite
on
the same level. Nah. Nah,
No.
they're like,
They still got
just waking
they
up or
still
something.
got some kumbaya to do.
They need some vitamins. I don't know. It just doesn't feel the same. No. This one says, I see a next slaughterhouse election coming. Many people are misinformed. The government people hurt, suffering, and not happy they will lose. It's all, no punctuation or anything. But pain, that's what they take from that.
Joy.
This texter says, I noticed you didn't mention the 48-year-old man who was allegedly sexually assaulted a 4-year-old girl who was charged yesterday. Yeah, we did. There were a number of cases in the paper yesterday, and we did mention it. So I don't know what you're hearing, and I don't know what you're trying to imply, but it's incorrect.
They turned the radio
more
on
likely.
right after you mentioned it.
Probably. But there were a number of issues that were similar. I'm not sure about these ages, but if it's in the paper, we will talk about it. So what are you trying to say? Anyway, this person, they go on to say, the only reason this case is getting a lot of media attention is because the person is LGBTQI. If this was a straight missing person, the U.S. media would not give a darn. That's the dumbest thing. If that's dumber than the thing that you were suggesting earlier,
I was just going to
you
say.
need a lot of help. You got tons of problems. And you're so confused about how the world works.
And U.S. media.
U.S. media, if a dog was missing here.
Yeah.
If a cat was missing here, it would be the end of the world. So please. Boy. Could anyone explain what active police investigation has to do with anything? Elizabeth Smart was missing for over 10 years. Did anybody say this is an active investigation? We can't say too much. Our understanding of information management is baffling. Everything, even public information, is treated as if it's top secret. Nobody could say the words sun oil and oil leak in the same sentence even. Wow. Why are we living like this? They made me do that just now. I didn't think. Dwight, what's your WhatsApp number? I don't know what you're asking.
Who's WhatsApp?
Who's WhatsApp number? Mine?
Your personal. Boy. No, I want to clarify what I think they're saying and what
tourism is saying?
So tourism says tourism is not the tourism department is not the police. They're not out there collecting evidence and trying to actively find somebody. Like, they're not combing the bushes, I'm sure, right? So what can they say outside of what the police tells them when they get updates? So all they can say is this is an active police investigation, or they can say the police have not notified us or updated us as yet.
That sounds better.
Which is what...
That sounds better.
So, okay. Obviously, some people not sure that what to say sometimes. But we've trained ourselves to say...
See, no, I was just about to say it. That's the problem.
Right.
Training is lacking with many of our public officials.
Yes.
And that's the problem.
And we don't deviate from norm, right? The police do it all the time. They never change the way they tell us, give us information about crime scenes. Like, it's almost robotic. And so we could change those things. So we don't have to say, it's an active police investigation. You can say the police have not updated us as yet, and when they tell us, we'll tell you.
All right. See, this is part of the problem here. Look at that text. And see, this is why we have these issues. Let's take this call really quickly.
Okay.
Good morning. You're on the air.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Strachan.
Hi, good morning.
Happy birthday, Chester. I hope you live to see many more, my brother.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. I hope you have a good day, man.
Thank
Mr. Strachan, just a quick, before I make that point on the local story, the news report about the situation in Kenya, where the people rose up against the government for some taxation, right? And the government is able to call in the military to help them to quell the situation. And I understand they say six individuals lost their lives, right?
Yes.
But what's sad about the situation is that the people are dissenting against the government for policies that they feel as if are unjust. And obviously, it has to be unjust for the people to respond in that manner, right? But the government has the ability now to just get the military and just stop them. What should be the case is that the military should be one that defends the country from enemies, foreign and domestic, right? And the military should not be one where it just does the will of the government in those type situations. But the military should be one.
Okay, so hold on a second. So they were burning buildings. They were setting things on fire. So it's not like they were protesting just peacefully protesting in the street.
Yeah, okay,
it
but
was violence.
Yeah, I mean, but Dwight, I mean, regardless of the level of the protest, I mean, but the level of the protest probably showed the level of the the dissent. You understand the seriousness of the situation, right? And I mean, and that should even prompt the military even more to deal with the government, because if the government...
No, you're calling for a coup now.
Yep.
You're calling for a coup. That's not how things work.
But okay, hold on, but Dwight, all I'm trying to say, Dwight, is understand the point I'm making. I'm saying that the public is rebelling against the government for decisions that they feel as if are unfair, taxation, right?
Yeah, you don't have the right to burn down everything.
Yeah, I understand. But then, okay, but Dwight, what I'm trying to say is that it is a reaction to an action. What I'm trying to say is that there should be some level of checking of the action. That's what I'm trying to say to you, Dwight. That's what I'm trying to say. What about the individuals who initiated it, who caused the initial thing that caused the people to react? What about that stimulus? What about that stimulus?
We're not saying that you shouldn't protest.
Yeah, okay,
you can do things, but violence is going to get people hurt.
All right, but okay, so I guess I don't get off the point I wanted to make also. With the story with the American individual who was missing, right? Now, when I first heard the story, I mean, I thought it was a straight-up woman. You know what I mean? I was a bit disappointed when I realized what the scope of the situation was.
Why disappointed?
I mean, reported like how it is. I mean, like I say, they just was reporting that the individual was a woman. You know what I mean? I mean that wasn't a complete report. The individual is not a woman.
The person is trans and identifies as a woman.
Yeah, but okay, but Dwight, but that means that everybody might not want to partake in that type of cycle.
Partake in what?
Like helping, like aiding and abetting individuals in whatever they want.
Aiding and abetting? Someone's missing. People looking for a missing person.
Okay,
Whether you have issues with the person's lifestyle or choices, that is irrelevant. Have you seen the person?
But another point dealing with that same situation too. In these times,
This is why the country's going to get blacklisted and get a black eye, because this type of talk is insane.
Yeah, but in these times, right, when people are doing anything nowadays, I mean, this situation could be anything. You know, this situation could be the individual themselves wanting to disappear. You know what I mean? This situation could be something
that doesn't come before you. That doesn't come before you, right? The authorities are saying the person's missing. We could say that about all the little children who go missing around here all the time. The boys, the girls, that's irrelevant. The family members are concerned, and they're looking for the person. The commentary is irrelevant here. And we do this all the time with little girls who go missing. You want to call her a slut. The boys go missing. You want to say all kinds of crazy things. That's not relevant to the situation. People are concerned about their loved one.
I'm not saying that they should not treat it with the due care and attention that they should do with any other missing individual. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that, Dwight. I'm saying that they should look for the individual, and they should, but they should not focus on just the point that, okay, somebody took them.
Nobody's saying that at all.
Yeah. But
nobody said that.
But see, the individual who Manchester was saying something earlier about one of his friends or someone got a message where the family members of this individual is saying, "Don't come here." They saying that. They are insinuating that in their communication, right? Yes or no?
There have been travel advisories that is brought up.
No. I'm asking. Winchester said that he got some type of message from a friend.
I'm going to stop the call right now. So listen. So because you're talking like this, and people are seeing all these messages about, oh, someone just texted us. Oh, when did he go missing? When did they last talk to him? Those type comments, and this is not a woman, that's a man. Those type things make people believe, oh boy, something could have happened. And all of these people are proving the point.
Of course.
And so I was joking with somebody yesterday, but I said now, based on these comments, there's now like 400,000 suspects in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Because it's like the whole country's talking about
it. It also doesn't matter what the family thinks happened to their loved one, right? When they put out posts like that. What matters to them is that they're missing. I don't know what kind of help and response they're getting. So there are many reasons that they could be suggesting to other people not to come to the Bahamas, outside of the fact that their loved one's missing.
Oh boy. All right. Let's take some. Let's read some messages, and then we're gonna go to a break. This person's asking. This is a good question. What happened? What's the update on that missing teenage boy, the 16-year-old? What is the latest with that? It's been more than a month, right?
Yeah.
It was 3 weeks ago when I asked why the news media had said barely anything about 3 men being shot up with automatic weapons on Bay Street. Well, you are incorrect, sir. And I told you that at the time. That was covered. There were people charged last week with that. So I don't know what you're talking about. You need to watch everything and listen to everything before you say statements like that. But the media did cover that. That was all over everybody's social media that day, and it was in the papers. And the people who shot them, allegedly, were charged. So I'm not sure what you're talking about. But anyway, the response was that nobody died, so maybe people don't think it's a big deal. Well, that's a different story. To that, I say I'll wait for the next U.S. advisory when they speak about shootings and murders on buses and trains and buses and streets in the main tourist trafficked areas, and I hope there's no uproar. Well, it's too late now. Happy birthday, Chester. On that caller, this is the caller has issues if he's saying protesters harming law enforcement should not defend themselves. Bahamians. Okay, can't read the rest of that. Thank you for being so real about this, Dwight. These callers really just want to expose their own bigotry. Do you want to... Oh, my Lord. What is this? It's not getting any better. Oh, boy, it's getting worse. Let's take a break. Let's take a break. When we come back... we're going to talk with Brent Burrows a second about what happened at CBS this week, CBS Bahamas. Stay with us. This is Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9.
Say what? What you mean it's my birthday again already? You mean to tell me there's a whole year that passed? Well, I'll be. Listen. First thing what I can do, get on my knees and thanking you, Lord. God, you brought me through a rocky, rocky road. Last year I was so scared, crashed my car and almost dead. I even break my leg, but I am still here to see that my birthday. Come on, get
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
RBC. Are you buying a home, renovating, or exploring mortgage options? With cash back and up to 90% financing, we'll find the perfect mortgage for you. Pre-qualify in just 60 seconds and get connected with a mortgage specialist today. Visit rbc.com/mortgages/all of you. RBC. Conditions apply.
We've got your first look at traffic brought to you by RBC. Get a no-fee auto loan with up to 100% financing. In real-time traffic, a couple hot spots. We've got Miles Butler Highway, some heavy traffic for you northbound, just north of Fire Trail, straight through to Tonic Williams Darling Highway if you're heading northbound. And over on Blue Hill Road, it's busy near Carmichael, and north of Soldier Road on the way to Independence Drive if you're heading northbound. Elsewhere, not looking so bad so far. We'll have another update for you after the 8 o'clock news. Morning Blend traffic brought to you by RBC. Visit rbc.com/carloan/all of you for more information.
Again, say what? What you mean it's my birthday again already? You mean to tell me there's a whole year that passed? Well, I'll be. Listen. First thing what I can do, get on my knees and thanking you, Lord. God, you brought me through a rocky, rocky road. Last year I was so scared, crashed my car and almost dead. I even break my leg, but I am still here to see that my birthday. Come on, get
We are back here with Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan, along with birthday boy Chester Robards. All morning. You can hear it all morning. I'm going to post about it.
That's a lot.
But right now, we're changing gears. Brent Burroughs II with CBS Bahamas posted a video to social media on Twitter. I still call it Twitter. Of 10 armed
That's its ex name.
and unarmed officers from the Maritime Revenue Enhancement Task Force entering CBS Bahamas to carry out an unannounced site inspection, and of course, this generated a lot of anger on Burroughs' part and also on people who saw this video. Yeah. He's joining us now live. Brent Burroughs Jr., welcome. Great to have you with us, unfortunately, under these circumstances.
Hey, yeah, good morning. Thank you, guys, and happy birthday, Chester.
Hey, thank you.
All right, so take us back. Tell us exactly when this happened and what was going on. Did you know this was going to happen?
Yeah, so this was yesterday around, or I guess day before yesterday now, but around 11 a.m. And no, it was an unannounced visit, so they just showed up about 11 o'clock in the morning, middle of the shopping day, and just came inside. And from what I understand, they not only visited us, but visited quite a few other of the stores in Southwest Plaza. And I even had a lady reach out to me last night from the Golden Gates Plaza across the street, and she sent me a video of the same thing happening in her business.
Wow, and some of them had guns.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I think you can see that clearly in the video too. So I mean, you understand, I guess, what they're trying to accomplish, but it's to me, the way they're going about it is a bit unnecessary. And it's an unnecessary display of force. It's more hostile than anything. So yeah, I think they should revisit how they're going about these things.
Had you ever had a visit from the Revenue Enhancement Task Force before?
No, this was the first time. And from what I understand, I believe they had started this sort of thing early in June. Back around the first week of June, I'd seen some pictures from like some marinas, for example. And I think that's when this whole thing first started up. I could be wrong, but
no, you're right.
At least that's the first I heard of it.
That's when they started.
All right. So when they were there, what did they do?
Yeah, they came in and they spoke to whoever they could find when they came in the door, asked to speak to the different managers, and said what they were there and what they wanted to accomplish, and if they could see different forms of paperwork and this, that, and the other. So you had someone from immigration, someone from customs, someone from NIB. So it was all these different agencies paired together in this one group.
And what did they say they wanted to accomplish?
I guess they just want to check, make sure everybody is compliant. I don't know what the end goal is because, for example, like a lot of the stuff they ask for, customs entries, for example, they can look those same entries up in their own portal. That's why they have the systems that they have. So I don't know exactly what it is they're trying to accomplish. I can't wrap my head around that, but at the end of the day, they left and they were satisfied and they went, to the next store in the plaza. But, when you think about it, it's a little bit different because for CBS, they can come in and our office is in the same place as our retail store, right? But I can't wrap my head around what they do when they go to a place like Bamboo Shack or Marco's or even Lowe's in the plaza. Those are strictly retail stores. Their corporate offices are off-site. What are they going to accomplish going into Bamboo Shack and speaking to a cashier asking for these sorts of paperwork and corporate documents? Absolutely nothing, and especially not at 1 o'clock in the middle of lunch hour. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
And you had everything they were looking for there?
For the most part, they left satisfied. So I guess, they spoke to a couple different people. They spoke to our HR admin, and they spoke to our, the lady who deals with our buying and purchasing and shipping and things of that sort. And yeah, they left satisfied and went on. So they were there about an hour.
An hour?
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then they went on and, yeah, like I said, from what I understand, they visited the other businesses as well. It's kind of, outside of, just simply being alarming and uncalled for and kind of excessive, it's interesting because in my mind, they had such a good opportunity here to really generate some positive ties with the business community, right? Because they could have accomplished the same thing going about it completely differently. They could have very well given us a courtesy call beforehand. They could have said, hey, we know a lot has changed with the business license process over the past year. We're getting all these agencies together on one team. We're open to coming in and talking to you guys, helping you navigate whatever processes you need to, helping you file whatever paperwork you need to file. We just want to help make sure everybody's compliant, this, that, and the other. And it could have totally been this very, pro-business, let's help get everybody, on the same page, get everybody compliant, make sure nobody has any problems versus this, hostile sort of interaction. So, I mean, that's the part that was just surprising to me. It's just like, what, obviously this is just a bad look for, themselves. It frightens the customers. It frightens the staff. It's, it probably doesn't accomplish very much at the end. I don't get it.
Yeah, I wanted to ask about that. What were customers saying? You say staff as well. What were they? How were
Well,
they?
you go anywhere and you see armed agents in military type gear arrive, and there's only a couple things that go through your head, right? There's either an immigration raid, or CBS is up to no good. They must have drugs in their container or something. So I mean, obviously, people think the worst when they see that sort of thing. Or even worse than that, given the crime and stuff that's going on. I mean, who knows what's going through people's minds? But of course, customers and staff alike were unnecessarily frightened. And again, this could have happened before we open. This could have happened after we close. It didn't. I don't understand why it needs to be in the middle of the workday or the shopping day.
Wow. So, okay, well, immigration was a part of this. Somebody's asking our text line if all of your folks are. If you have people working on work permits, if you have foreigners working there, but you said
no, we have just Bahamians at CBS Bahamas.
Yeah. Wow. So after they were done, they just said thank you very much and left.
Yeah, pretty much, and just kept going door to door. Yeah.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Has there been any response? We only have about a minute left. Any response from, since you posted this yesterday, any response from anybody, the DIR or the government at all?
So I saw that Commander Boleg gave some comments to the various papers when it was in the papers this morning, and I actually appreciate him taking the time to reply. But I don't agree with his response. His whole thing was, they're uniformed officers. The carrying arms is part of their uniform, and sometimes we go in these places and business owners can be hostile because we're collecting revenues and this and that. And if you go into these places, wearing uniform with this authoritarian style approach, that's going to cause people to be hostile. If you go into these businesses with a more straightforward, let's cooperate, let's try to figure this out approach, then nobody's going to be hostile about that. I don't understand the justification for making it this threatening sort of experience. And it seemed like from his response that's something they stand by and something they think is necessary, but I completely disagree with that. And I think most people do as well. But no, outside of that, there's been no, I guess you'd say, formal response. A lot of people with their comments and feedback and input, but nothing of a formal nature.
Okay.
Have any representatives from the business community, Chamber of Commerce, reached out to you at all as yet?
Yeah, so this happened, what's today, Thursday? So this happened Tuesday, and I had actually sent the video to the Mr. Timothy Ingram, chairman of the Chamber of Commerce, right after it happened, just to get his feedback, and we spoke about it for a while, and I kind of thought about it overnight, and I was like, you know what, you gotta share this and make this public, because I think part of, and it's interesting because once I shared it, of course, all these other people started messaging me and sending me clips and pictures from their own establishment of similar things happening, and I think part of the issue is a lot of people are afraid to speak up about things like this.
Yeah.
Because they're afraid, obviously, of the repercussions if they, rely on government contracts or this and that, or just, as simple as, just getting your business license pushed through or paperwork approved or whatever the case might be. But, I think to some extent that's probably how we got in this situation, right? Because people have been so quiet for so long with all these new things that just seemingly get forced upon us. And, I didn't post it or share it to try to be political or anything of that sort. I don't think it matters what party is behind it. But I think it's important that people in the business community really, we need to understand that, it doesn't have to be this way. Some things cross a line, and when things cross a line, we need to speak up against that and try change it for the better.
Wow.
Because it's only hurting Bahamian businesses in the future. It's only hurting potential investors. It's only hurting young people who are looking to start businesses in the future. A lot of these things are, they snowball together, I think, and make things worse in the long term.
Well, Brent Burrows, thank you for sharing the information, and quite a scenario there. But thank you so much for the time this morning as well. We're going to go.
Yeah, no problem at all. Always appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
We're going to go to the news. Welcome back to Morning Blend here on Guardian Radio 96.9. We're streaming live on GuardianTalkRadio.com and on the Guardian Radio app for smart devices. We're also on your televisions on Cable Bahamas Channel 969 and BTC Flow Channel 612. You can tweet us at Morning Blend 969 or Facebook.com/MorningBlend969. Text us on the Guardian Radio text line powered by BTC 422-4796. And now at 8:28, time for another check of your weather for today, brought to you by Sherwin-Williams Paints. Here's what's happening. That severe weather warning has been discontinued for Central and South Africa and the Berry Islands, along with their adjacent waters. Thunderstorm activity has weakened and is shifting east of the warning area. So that's some good news there. But active weather could still be in the forecast for today. Persistent troughing and tropical moisture across the country will continue to support bouts of showers and thunderstorms through tonight. Boaters should be alert for possible waterspout activity. Beachgoers should exercise caution along Atlantic exposures. And the risk of flooding remains for low-lying and flood-prone areas during heavy or prolonged rainfall events. Everyone's also being advised to remain hydrated. For today, for the northwest and central Bahamas, we're looking at variably cloudy, hot, and humid conditions with scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms across the northwest and central Bahamas. Expect a bit breezy conditions over the central Bahamas. Showers can become heavy and thunderstorms strong at times. For the southeast Bahamas, look for a mix of sun and clouds, warm and breezy conditions with isolated showers and thunderstorms through tonight. Temperatures getting up to around 90 Fahrenheit, 32 Celsius. Overnight lows tonight getting down to 77 Fahrenheit, 25 Celsius. In your extended outlook, tropical moisture along with lingering troughing will continue to produce some showers and thunderstorms over portions of the islands. Meanwhile, weak high-pressure ridging will support gentle to moderate winds across portions of the country today. So, for the next few days. And so for tomorrow, Thursday, partly to mostly cloudy, hot and humid with isolated showers and afternoon thunderstorms. Friday, variably cloudy, hot and humid with a few stray showers and afternoon thunderstorms. In the tropics, we're watching a couple of areas. We've got in the western Caribbean Sea and the southwestern Gulf of Mexico, a tropical wave moving into the central Caribbean Sea, producing limited shower activity as it quickly moves westwards about 25 miles per hour. The system has a low or 20% chance of development through the next 7 days. Then in the eastern tropical Atlantic, a tropical wave centered a couple hundred miles south-southwest of the Cabo Verde Islands is producing disorganized showers and thunderstorms. The system has a 30% chance of development through the next 7 days. A little early for that type of system, but we'll continue to watch that for you. That's your Morning Blend weather check, brought to you by Sherwin-Williams Paints. Sherwin-Williams Paints has got you covered for all your painting and equipment needs. Visit Sherwin-Williams Paints online or in-store today. And we've got another check of your traffic for the morning, brought to you by RBC. Get a no-fee auto loan with up to 100% financing. In your real-time traffic, we're seeing some heavy traffic on West Bay Street near Saunders Beach, eastbound as you approach Saunders Beach and the New Providence Highway, and then exiting that roundabout, heading east towards Arawak Key. You're going to be seeing some very slow-moving traffic, and a lot of it ahead of you this morning. Then we've got Milo Butler Highway. It's busy just north of Fire Trail, straight up through Tawny Quims Darling Highway. And Blue Hill Road also busy for you near Carmichael, and just a bit of congestion as you make your way towards the roundabout with Independence Drive. Independence Drive, though, seeing some heavy westbound traffic at this hour. East Street, just north and south of Soldier Road, in the intersection there, are going to be seeing some slow-moving northbound traffic. Those are your hot spots right now. That's your real-time traffic and your Morning Blend traffic alert, brought to you by RBC. Visit rbc.com/carloan/all of you for more information. We'll be back with more Morning Blend after these messages here on Guardian Radio 96.9.
Experience the immediate care you deserve at Doctors Hospital Urgent Care. When emergency strikes, trust our expert physicians for fast, quality care. With extended hours and cutting-edge medical technology, we're always ready to serve you. Don't wait or take risks with your health. Visit our urgent care suite at Doctors Hospital West on Blake Road for immediate, trusted, and best care.
Attention all Dunkin' lovers.
Are you ready to fly away this summer? Dunkin' has an irresistible offer just for you. During the month of June, every purchase of a dozen donuts at Dunkin' enters you for a chance to win big in the Father's Day Flyaway. 2 lucky winners will jet off on Bahamas Air with round-trip tickets to any Bahamas Air destination. Dads flying on Bahamas Air on Father's Day receive a special Dunkin' treat. Visit Dunkin' today and enter to win in the Father's Day Flyaway. The Bahamas flies on Dunkin'.
The best athletes in the Bahamas will be on display at the B3A's Kids Athletics Invitational Junior and Senior National Championships, June 26 to 28 at the original Thomas A. Robinson Track and Field Stadium. Stephen Gardner, Devin Charlton, Shawnee Miller-Wevo, and so many more. The juniors are vying for the opportunity to represent the Bahamas at the World Under-20 Championships, and the seniors are gunning to qualify for the Paris Olympic Games, which are fast approaching, and our athletes are looking to get on the road to Paris. The meet gets underway at 4 p.m. on Wednesday, June 26th, and Thursday, June 27th, and at 5 p.m. on Friday, June 28th. Gates open at 3 p.m. daily, and tickets can be purchased for as low as $20 at the original Thomas A. Robinson Track and Field Stadium. The B3A's Kids Athletics Invitational Junior and Senior National Championships, June 26 to 28 at the original Thomas A. Robinson Stadium. You don't want to miss this one.
Maybe it's time to explore your options. There's no harm in reviewing your mortgage arrangement and considering a better deal. CIBC Caribbean can help you narrow your search and decide. Switch your mortgage to CIBC Caribbean and enjoy a special interest rate and help towards your switching cost. Visit CIBCFCIB.com/inspired home for more information. Conditions apply.
Happy Independence Bahamas! Let's celebrate 50 plus 1 together with a unique Janae's Uniform Center Independence print, dry fit polo or t-shirts, ribbons and pole bows in black, gold, and aquamarine. Janae's special family package includes buy 2 adults and 3 children Independence polos or t-shirts and get 15% off. Outfit your staff for a special Independence dress of week or day with a different design. For more than 30 pieces of Janae's Independence polos or t-shirts, get up to 25% discount. Janae's Uniform Center Chesapeake Road Independence Selections. Choose your favorite and celebrate 50 plus 1. Restrictions apply.
I born there. You try to rest, roll with the best. For all your printing needs, there ain't no one better, no. For posters and banners, magazines and flyers. For window decals, greeting cards and newsletters. No job too big and there's no job too small. You name it, we can print it. Just give us a call. Let Print Masters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located at the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
I think he's getting tired.
I appreciate the setup,
Is
but
it too much? You're running out?
You know how long this song is?
And the first part doesn't apply to you at all. But it's about Martin Luther King Jr. I mean, not that you aren't a peacemaker and stuff. But anyway, it's Chester Robards' birthday, so we're running out a little bit, I guess. But yeah, happy birthday, Chester.
Thank you. It's Ken Ray Marsh's birthday, too.
Who?
And Demrick.
What now? Okay, happy birthday to them, too.
And my daddy.
That's crazy. Your dad's birthday the same day as yours?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, special.
He is. I mean, what?
All right, Dwight Strong with you. Morning Blend on this Wednesday morning. All right, coming up in a few minutes, we're going to be finding out all about the Bikinitop Bareback Beach Run. We're going to get all the details about that, the second annual. Just a few days away. All of that coming up. And then later in business, we're talking with Bristol Wines and Spirits, our monthly segment with them, just in time for Chester's birthday. Look at that. And we've got some special guests coming through, I'm told, as well. But we want to continue with what we were talking about before the break. You heard Brent Burroughs II talking about the situation on Monday at CBS Bahamas when authorities came in with their guns to do an inspection. This is the Revenue Enhancement Task Force, and just an unusual sight there. You heard what Brent had to say. I want to get your reaction to it. A lot of you are texting in already. You have a couple minutes. You can call us 323-6232, 325-4316. 325-4259, toll free 242-300-5720. Tweet us, Facebook us, text us 422-4796. A lot of you have seen the videos. He posted on his X page, Twitter. And you can, I can't say X. I can't. But yeah. So, but let's get your reaction to it. So we're getting some messages here. Gestapo, intimidation tactics. Oh boy, some serious words there. This happens when there are inexperienced people who don't know what they're doing. Like with the police beating people into confession is totally unacceptable what's going on. They're using these Gestapo tactics because government revenues are not as buoyant as they projected. So it must be that businesses are not being truthful with their revenue reports. So that's what they're thinking. But the reality is that this economy is not doing as well as they would have us believe. Added to that, they are wasting precious tax dollars on exercises like this, I guess. Wow. This person says here, welcome to Rwanda. Well, boy, okay, that's a lot. Okay. This one says here, would they go into the NASA Guardian like that? They certainly would.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they haven't done it yet. They come right to the studio while we're on the air.
Mm-hmm. Sit down.
What?
Take a seat.
Don't give them any ideas, eh? But they say, wow, I blame Burroughs. He actually stopped to talk. I would ask if I'm under arrest and carry on smartly. They wouldn't try this at Atlantis. I mean, why would you do that? But okay. But they wouldn't try it at Atlantis. You're right. They wouldn't. Or some other places. Even some other local places because of who's behind those people, those organizations, right? So that's the thing that's disturbing.
Wouldn't try it, or they wouldn't do it.
Both?
They wouldn't think of it.
They wouldn't even dare.
Yeah.
Right? And anyway, this one says here, we're trying to raid this country out. Oh, I think it's saying rid. We're trying to rid this country out of foreign workers. We can't give updates when we're doing a raid. Well, that's not the place you go to if you're trying to find the foreigners. If you've ever been in there, you would see
wait, what?
It's very stupid. Plus, there were revenue people there as well. But we know exactly where they need to go if they want to check. Right? Go to the fish fry. Go to the fish fry. Go to every stall there if you want to check some papers. Go to construction sites. Every single one. That's where you go.
But again, that like you said, that's immigration you're talking about. They're not looking to see if
not in a store like
paid in construction sites.
I don't know what that's about. Anyway, so
you gotta go to the headquarters, the HQ, to go look through the papers.
Which one? What do you mean?
That group that went into CBS.
Well, if it's a robbery or a crime scene, what do the police come with? Big guns, right? We cannot take any chances, but they don't complain when they want us to catch the robbers and criminals when they get robbed. But they, you're mixing things up here. This is not what people are. No, I don't know why you're bringing this up. That doesn't make sense. Anyway, Dwight, police in the Bahamas are agitators, not peacekeepers. They're aggressive and rude. I work Bay Street, and I watch them consistently harass people. I was harassed before even after the fact that I showed that I work on Bay Street. The level of bully behavior from them is sickening. Well, this isn't just the police. So I wouldn't write that this is a whole revenue enhancement task force. So there were police and there were immigration officials.
Customs.
Right. So it's not fair to be attacking the police on this today. Yeah. Were they looking for evidence against Diddy? Everyone's got jokes.
Okay.
Jokes. I wonder if they would go in. They're naming some companies. Yeah, it's interesting. This was completely unnecessary. Another brilliant initiative thought of by the finance Führer. Well, we don't know if that's the case. Has he gone to anger management classes yet? The only circumstance in which police presence would be necessary is when they're seizing property. But looking at records, this was overkill. Why wouldn't they come with guns when businesses are allowed to carry firearms? The owners could become violent. I mean, where do you think this store is? That doesn't. Seriously? Watching too many Westerns. I don't know why would that happen. There are tons of people in the store. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. And the owner's going to come from behind the office with a gun?
I get it in some cases, and I kind of don't.
What now?
I get where people are coming from.
Anyway, it would be good to get a statement. Apparently, it wasn't just CBS, as Brent Burrows was saying, that it was all the stores, many of the stores in the plaza, Southwest Plaza, and others are coming forward with their stories. We'll have more on this tomorrow from the business community and what's happening. But it would be good to get an understanding as to why all of this is necessary.
Well, what he did say makes sense. If the revenue enhancement unit would find nothing of value in a retail store where there's not the headquarters or the main offices. So like what's the point of going in a Dairy Queen retail store? You know.
It's quite curious.
If they did walk into every store in Southwest Plaza,
many.
I don't know if they did. He says that they went into more stores.
Yeah.
Most of the other stores don't have their main offices there.
No. This person says there, if it's revenue enhancement task force, this is not the way to do it. While we want the revenue enhanced, the officers are public servants, and we, the public, do not want our work carried out in this manner. Public outcry needs to continue. Yeah, there was a text here about they didn't see what the issue was. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Well, this is okay. Dwight, if you listened to the Cecil Neri show yesterday and heard all the non-critical thinking people proudly calling in to declare that they're flat earthers after years of high school, then you will appreciate the level of ignorance out there on display regarding people missing, but focused on their lifestyle rather than the life. So that's in response to what we were talking about earlier. I did hear that show yesterday. It was very disturbed.
There was more flat earthers calling?
A steady stream of them.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So weird.
Let's not conjure them calling in this morning. But Cecil's promising a full show on flat Earth theory next week. I'll have to go and buy some painkillers before that one airs. But yeah.
Well, you had the people calling in yesterday about Haiti's constitution.
Yeah, talk radio in the
and
Bahamas.
how it affects the Bahamas.
Fun times. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, We're going to change gears. Bikinitop, Bareback, Beach Run. Those are some interesting words strung together, eh? We're going to get into it when we come back. This is Morning Blend on Wednesday morning. Is it already the final Wednesday in June 2024? Wow.
Miércoles.
Of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
Now let me see now. 326 ETIC. Hello? This Epic battery. This Miss Beulah from round the corner. I hear you're selling tires now on Wolf Road too.
Praise the Lord. It's about time. I live Fox Hill and Fire Trail. It's too far.
That ain't all. They open Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. On Sunday and holiday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
My brother Sam, he's a hacker, and he could go right there and get fixed up.
Call us at 326 EPIC. We ship also to the Family Island.
Earning zero interest on your savings at the bank? With as little as $100, you can start earning interest on your money while you're sleeping, eating, or standing in line at the bank with the CFAL Savings Express Plan. Ready to invest? Start by putting $1,000 into our mutual funds and earn interest there too. Because at CFAL, your interest is our interest. Visit CFAL.com to start now. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations of Bahamians.
Looking for great device deals and offers this summer? Look no further. Alive has special discounts on the latest smartphones, Ring devices, and accessories. Plus, exclusive Get Extra offers and rewards, which means even more value for your money. We're talking more data, prizes, and surprises. Upgrade with us and experience the perfect summer with Alive in store or at bealive.com/deals.
Here's the Sure-winning art store moment from Shelley and Dee Dee.
We're the only full art store in the Bahamas. If we don't have it, we make a list, and trust me, our boss can get that. If you need that, he can get that. You can find sketchbooks, acrylics, the canvases in all sizes, stencils. We have the Angelus that they use on shoes and letters. We're the only persons in Nassau that carries the Montana spray. We have the Krylon sprays, watercolor in paints, the oil, chalk paints, the alcohol paint, metallic paints, the little Floetrol, and we have cleaning products for the artists, thinning products for the artists, and Crayola colors, and glitters, pencils, the Posca markers, and pastels, oil, and the acrylic pastels, dyes. Oh yeah, we also have airbrush paint. I didn't forget that part of the movie. Gift sets, hobby craft,
Oil shrimp,
clays.
stew shrimp gumbo. But art supplies. We have a lot of them. Sherwin-Williams Art Store. Find colour in every day.
RBC. Life is full of twists, turns, and defining moments that create your own unique story. However your story unfolds, we're here to help guide you through it. From every big decision to every new adventure. RBC. Visit rbc.com/Caribbean/all of you.
At Wendy's, we are different. We don't just use beef, it's fresh, never frozen. Our burgers are square because we never cut corners. Served hot off the grill with fresh lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and American cheese. We believe in fast food done right. Always serving fresh, never frozen beef. Order a hot, juicy Dave single, double, or triple. Made with fresh, never frozen beef. Now only at Wendy's. Different inside and out.
Take some advice from your Aunt Angie. If you're going to invest in an exotic pet, choose anything but a Norwegian forest cat. Apparently, they will eat all your jewelry. Before you know it, you're racing to the vet when your cat escapes from his carrier and lunges for your earrings. You crash and your cat swallows your pearls. But if you're smart, you'll have CG Motor Insurance and get the best comprehensive coverage for the price.
Get the best comprehensive coverage for the price. CG Atlantic Insurance Agents and Brokers. Good like that. All benefits are subject to policy provisions, including eligibility at the time of service.
We all know that our country's electricity infrastructure is decades old. It is breaking down, it is too expensive, and it cannot transmit clean energy. Small changes aren't enough. We are taking it all on. Upgrading and modernizing the grid, solar power, major energy reform. That's how we get to lower prices and more reliable electricity. It will not happen overnight, but it will be game-changing.
Go to newenergyera.gov.bs to learn more.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kingdom National Parkinson Foundation presents its 24th Charity Gala, Saturday, June 29, 2024, at the Grand Ballroom Grand Hyatt Bahama Convention Center. And here to set the mood right and the night tight is none other than international artist Johnny Gill.
You got me singing, my.
Also the Defense Force Band and the Rhythm Band. You can purchase your tickets at Carey's Fabric on Mackey Street or Signature Styles Marathon Road. Cocktails at 6:45 p.m. and dinner at 7:45 p.m. And then you can have your fill of Johnny Gill.
One thing is true. God has blessed me. Let's get the mood right. Turn on your heart.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
Welcome back to Morning Blend here on Guardian Radio 96.9. Dwight Strachan on the Chester Robards. Better than California. It's Nassau, right? Yeah.
We must have a song about
got a bikini
girls
Nassau song. We got to find one of those or empower some of our artists to create one.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's time. But the bikinis are going to be out. And I got to watch how I say this one too. And people will be bareback. Oh boy,
it's a beach.
At the beach run this weekend, the second annual Bikinitop Bareback Beach Run. Here to tell us all about this, we're very pleased to welcome back from Four Seasons Race Management. We've got Marcel Bob Major and Teresa Major. Welcome back. Great to have you with us.
Thank you, Dwight, and thank you, Chester. It's a pleasure to be back here.
It feels like it was just
yesterday.
When you were here to announce the first one.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
The year's gone by quickly. So for those who aren't familiar, tell people about this, how this came about. Teresa?
Four Seasons Race Management, we try to put on a race for every season. So our first run for the year would be the Running in Love, which we hold in February. Then the next one would be our summer run, which is the Bikini Bareback Beach Run. We wanted to do something different. So for each of our races, we tried to do a different type of race. We looked around and saw that nothing was actually being utilized to take in the sea and the sand, the sun, the sea, and the sand.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to represent the Bahamas by having this race, this run, I should say.
Yeah.
Now, it's not only a run. You can walk, you can stroll, so don't get all torn up about that. As well as usually when you go on the beach, you wear a bikini or you wear bareback, guys. Yeah, so we wanted to make it specific to that. Now, that's optional.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But normally when you go on the beach, you're in your bikini or you're in your bathing suit wear. So we try to make our prizes to represent what we're trying to do. Now, it's not going to be for everybody. We understand all of that. So people say, change that, man. Maybe, people scared of the bikini bareback. But, this is our race. We believe it's going to build. And
well, it certainly gets attention.
Yeah.
Bareback, right?
Right. So, we wanted to do something different, and hence this is what we came up with.
Yeah.
Marcel is spearhead, the brainchild behind a lot of our designs and themes and stuff, and he and I working together really try to bring something new to the running world, and this is how this is developed.
That's great. And this is very different, not just the bikini and the bareback, but because it's on the sand too.
Yeah, and it's the only one on the sand. That's why it's very unique.
Yeah.
And we've given a lot of twist to it. We're gonna have the best abs award. We're gonna have the best beach body award. We've also invited professional gym instructors, fitness instructors to be our judges. So we're gonna have the the crowd applause award, and then we're gonna have the judges choice award. So this is going to be a really fun event. Last year was just amazing. We attracted over 200 people.
Oh, wow.
And we're looking to even, that's about 50% more of that. So like 300 people we're hoping to get this year.
So what was it, all the gym rats?
A lot of the gym rats came.
Not
Regular people as well too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Some people ran, some people walked, some people just stroll along the beach with their partner. We had a few, not too many kids, but the kids are also welcome because we have some little games for them to play and beach balls and all the things. Yes, we have volleyball and everything.
Frisbees, all those are
Frisbees,
available.
everything.
Okay.
And we also have a lot of surprises and prizes. We have a lot of gift certificates from different organizations and companies. We have our sponsor for this year is Global Insurance, and we appreciate Global Insurance for taking the mantle and sponsoring us this year. We have a lot of other sponsors like Saints Drive and Go.
Bahamian
we thank
Brewery.
Bahamian Brewery, Desani, Caribbean Bottling, Alpha Sounds, Healthwise, Thompson Trading, Bahamian Brewery, NASA Agency. Goldman is sponsoring a day prize. You get if you win the raffle, you get to stay a day at Goldwyn.
Okay.
All right. We have Mint. We have the Home Gallery. We have Outdoor Fitness, and then we have some other gifts and stuff we'll talk about later. But we thank you so much for all of our sponsors for allowing us this opportunity to give back.
Wow.
Right? Every race we do, we try to give back. And our part proceed recipient this year is a retired insurance manager who has suffered 2 strokes last year.
Oh, boy.
And she has a lot of medical expenses that we were really trying to help her with. So part proceeds this year will go towards her medical care. So even if you want to donate, and you don't want to come out and you want to donate to the cause, you can hit us up at Four Seasons Race Management.
What's her name?
Her name is Marie Sims.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
it's great. It's a great cause.
Yeah. She'll be there. So come out and meet her and get to learn more about how she's recovering and how she's doing. And we just thank God for the opportunity that we can give back in this small way.
So you've got 2 routes, right? Tell us about that.
Well, the routes are, we're going to go just before you get to the Goldwyn. We're going to start right prior to the Goldwyn's backyard. And then we're going to go west. There is a bridge that protrudes into the water. I think it's around by the Bahama, in the back of Bahama somewhere.
Yeah.
So when you reach the bridge, you turn around and you come right back to the starting point right before the Goldwyn.
Okay.
Now that's Route A. Route B, you do it twice.
How long is that? How long is
We've measured it. It's about 2 miles, 2.8 miles up, 1 mile, 1.4 mile up. and 1.4 mile back.
Okay.
So that's 2.8. So if you're going to do it twice, it's 4.16 or something like that.
Okay.
4 miles if you're doing it twice.
So 2 miles in the sand.
It's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool.
That's almost a 5K.
And then see what is nice about it, after you're through, we're gonna have the lounge chairs and the beach chairs in the water, so you can just relax and enjoy yourself and take on the nice tranquil water.
Is there a stipulation as to which sand you have to stay on? Because it's two sand.
You can go on the hard or the soft sand. Now, if you want to compete, I think we're gonna make sure that you compete on
the soft sand.
You're gonna decide that on the morning of, but if you're competing, you gotta go on the one, either the soft or the hard sand.
Right.
But otherwise, just the regular runners, just run wherever they feel like.
Okay. All right. And wow. And there are prizes for the top 3 finishers.
Yeah, there's a cash award for the first male and female finisher in each route. So we have cash awards for 2 males and 2 females because it's 2 routes. And then we have also trophies for those that get the best abs, the best beach body. So it's just going to be an amazing, fun time in the sun.
Wow.
Okay. And everybody gets a finisher's medal.
Indeed, they do.
Show him your medal.
See the finisher's medal there. This
nice.
is a bad boy right there.
Very
designed by Marcel himself.
You're a man of many talents.
Yes.
And you get the spinning beach ball on it.
It moves.
And the bottom is actually
this is real sand at the bottom,
sand.
and then this mimics the water.
So the medals are beautiful.
That's very cool.
You want to get one of those this year.
Wow. All right. So let people know how to register for it.
All right, registration can be done on our website, which is www.4seasons, the word 4, F-O-U-R, seasons with an S on the end, 4seasonsracemanagement.com. It's $45 per person because our swag bag, people say, man, that's so expensive. But if you see our swag bags, see, Dwight, we brought you some. That's not all.
And these medals are amazing.
The medals are just, so we brought you some of our swag stuff, so you can definitely vouch for what's going to be in the bag. So we have the swag bags, finishers medals, and it's $45 per person. We also have a group rate for those that are out there. It's not too late to have your group registered. Just get in contact with us. It's $35 per person if you have 10 or more within your group. So all your civic, corporate, churches, bands, whatever. If you are hearing me now, the athletes and the running clubs, if you're hearing me, if you get 10 or more persons, it's $35 per person. Pocket pickup is going to be on Goodman's Bay on Friday from 10 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. It's right on the sand on the eastern end of Goodman's Bay. So once you come to the eastern parking lot, you'll be able to see us on the sand.
So there's a deadline to register.
We would like to have a deadline to register, but if you are unable to register, we don't want to encourage it. But you can register on race morning.
Okay. And
we'll be sold out by then.
Yes.
Well, how much can you accommodate?
We can accommodate 260 people.
Okay. All right. Great.
We have merchandise for 260 people.
All right. So 6 a.m. this Saturday.
Indeed. 6 a.m. Saturday coming June 29th. Goodman's Bay on the sand in the eastern sand area just before Goldwind. It's 6 o'clock. Sharp. We got 2 routes. Run route is 2.8 miles. The other one is 4.16 miles or something like that. $45 per person. Registration on the Four Seasons Race Management website, www.4seasonsracemanagement.com. We have a group rate, $35, 10 or more. And come out so that we can donate a handsome funds part proceeds to Marie Sims.
Yeah. Wow. Someone's saying tourists would love this.
We've approached the Goldwind. That's how we were able to get their grand prize raffle. They welcomed us because it's in their backyard. We're going to go to the different hotels on Thursday to give them flyers for those persons that are coming in for the weekend. Because obviously you'll have to do it this weekend because most people only travel for a few days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Thursday and Friday, we're going to approach all the hotels within the area. Excellent. If you hotel executives are listening to me now, you can promote it on give us a call. We send the flyer. You can promote it on your TV advertisements that are in the room. Mm-hmm. but it's a very fun, unique running in the sun.
Wow.
Next year, we hope the Ministry of Tourism would get on board
Yeah,
as
sounds
we
great.
promote the Sun, Sand, and Sea run here in the Bahamas.
Wonderful.
So hopefully.
This person's asking, should we run in shoes or run barefoot?
It's entirely up to you. However you feel it's comfortable to run on the beach. And I would like to say to the public, don't be intimidated by the Bikinitop Bareback Beach. Don't be intimidated by the name. Everybody goes to the beach and they wear a bikini or they be bareback. So don't be intimidated. People say, oh my God, come, is that name frightening me? But no, it's a fun run. And Bikinitop and bareback is optional. If you want to win one of our awards, but you will have to be in a bikini and bareback to win the awards.
Hey, it's a Bahamian run. It'd be the big white wet T-shirt.
Oh, man. All right, so this is going to be a lot of fun. Saturday at Goodman's Bay.
6 o'clock.
Wonderful stuff. The Bikinitop Bareback Beach
Run 2.
Wow. Good stuff. And then you'll be back to tell us about your fall.
Yes.
Fall event, right?
Yes, the fall event, it's going to be on November 2nd. We call it the Miracle Miles. It's not a run. It's a walk push-a-thon because we're in partnership with the Bahamas Association for the Physically Disabled.
Okay.
All proceeds will go towards them. They're going to have like a dollar drive. We're going to have a junction group that's going to walk us from Arawaki through downtown and back. And the children of the Bahamas Association for the Physically Disabled will be there. And you will have the option of pushing them as you stroll downtown.
Wonderful stuff. I'm sure we'll talk a lot before then.
Indeed, we
All
will.
right, so Four Seasons Race Management, thank you so much for being here this
Thank
morning.
you for having us, Dwight and Chester. Pleasure. Hope to see you guys on Saturday now.
Yeah, I hope my wife listening.
If you need me
Again,
to
running.
call, just send me the number.
Absolutely.
All right. We're going to break for news and be back with Morning Blend Business in just a bit. Stay with us.
Thank you very much.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
The views and opinions of the host and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
Wake up, it's a new day. Wake up, it's a new day.
Welcome. Good morning, and welcome to Morning Blend Business on this Wednesday, June 26th, 2024. Welcome back to our Morning Blend listeners. Once again, I'm Dwight Strachan, along with Chester Robards, and it is time for our monthly segment with Bristol Wines and Spirits. We have a special one today, just for you, Chester, birthday boy.
Yeah.
We've got Kyle Stubbs, Tori Saunders, and Zena Williams with us. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So, Kyle, I'm allow you to introduce our special guest in studio with us.
But I kind of like these segments because I want to shove the mic away from me and today's Chester's birthday, so I want to drink a little bit instead of just tasting.
I like that. Okay.
So, but we do, we take it serious when we have these opportunities with some of our suppliers in town to bring a little bit more information, a little bit more storytelling, and a little bit more brand awareness. So both of these gentlemen, I'll let them introduce themselves. Are here for a few days in the market, and they're doing some good stuff. So we're getting kickstarted this morning here on the radio. They're in the market today. Tomorrow they look after some training for our retail staff, and then they're in the market again. And then tomorrow evening we have a fantastic night planned of tasting a taste of California at Premier Crew. Wow. But these gentlemen are from the wine group and Stanfield Scott, and they represent some of our best performing wines inside our portfolio. And so we're here just to unravel or peel back the onion layer a little bit and find out a little bit behind Cupcake, Morgan David that everybody seems to drink and loves, and then 7 Deadly Sins.
Okay.
Right? We like to talk about stories behind wine, and Chester picked up on the look, the label, and the name. And I'm certain we'll have an opportunity to speak on that. But I'll let these gentlemen go ahead and introduce themselves.
Yeah, so appreciate you guys having me. Appreciate the invite here. And as the team mentioned, my name's Daniel Kahn. Work with the Wine Group. We are one of the biggest wineries in the world. The second largest winery in the world, second largest winery in California, with a lot of brands. And we've got 3 great wines here to taste and talk about. And I'm hoping that we have a good time here today.
So you see, you got to introduce yourself. Kyle's
He's running away.
Gentlemen. So at least.
I say thank you very much, Kyle. My name is Ethan. On behalf of Stanfield Scott, we're here with Daniel and the wine group, enjoying the Bahamas and hoping to make an impact in the market this week.
Thank you, Ethan. We won't torture you anymore. All right. So Daniel, tell us more about the wine group. How long has it been in business, and how did it come to be?
Yeah, so we've been around since 1980 in its current form. Prior to that, we were actually part of the Coca-Cola company. Oh, wow. So it was the Coca-Cola wine group, and our founder, Art Sioka, initiated a leverage buyout, took the company away from Coca-Cola and started the wine group in 1980. And we started with a couple of brands, one of them being Morgan David here on the table today. Brands like Franzia are part of the portfolio. So we do about 24 million cases of Franzia annually. It's our biggest brand, one of the biggest brands in the world. And the portfolio continued to grow and evolve. So you had brands like Morgan David, brands like Franzia, and then some more premium brands in the portfolio. A brand like Cupcake. It's a #1 premium brand in the United States. We're going to be trying the Sauvignon Blanc today. And a few more premium additions, brands like Chloe, 7 Deadly Sins, which we're also going to be trying today, and Beringer Main and Vine, another big brand for us. It's big here on the island.
Yeah. Wow.
I just had some of that on the weekend.
Yeah. All right. So what are we noticing in terms of trends? What's changed since 1980?
I think what you're seeing is a lot of willingness to try premium wines, such as our 7 Deadly Sins. There's a big premiumization trend in the marketplace, but something that we're seeing a lot of. I'm based in Canada. What we're seeing in Canada, what we're seeing in the United States, is a move toward very light and fresh wines. Mm-hmm. So wines that are very they're perfect for this climate, really, to go out and enjoy by the beach, enjoy on the patio. The term we use for the Sauvignon Blanc here today is patio pounder. That's what people are consuming the Sauvignon Blanc doing. They're chilling on the patio, and I think that's something that's important. We're looking at wine. Wine pairs with food very well, but you can also have wine in a social setting. You can have it in a bunch of different environments. It doesn't need to be stuffy. It doesn't need to be pretentious. It doesn't need to be only paired with food. You can have a glass of wine in a wide range of social settings and enjoy it with friends, enjoy it with family, enjoy it in outdoors, on the patio, indoors, watching Netflix. So I think that's a trend that we're seeing as well, as the move away from this notion of wine being just for food, right, but with any occasion and enjoying it at any time of the day.
Excellent.
Well, when you talk about a premium wine, what are we talking about?
There you go. So we're looking at wines that are a little bit maybe not the lowest point on the shelf, maybe a little bit more expensive, but also we're not just talking about price. We're talking about the varietal. Right. So wines that are more varietal specific. So like 7 Deadly Sins, Zinfandel. Red blends are still very popular, but we're seeing people move toward single varietal Cabernets, single varietal Zinfandels, products that are maybe a little drier and complex flavor profiles. So that's what we mean when we're saying premium. It's not just in terms of price. It could also be the varietal. It could be the flavor profile and varietals that maybe people weren't drinking before, like Pinot Noir or Zinfandel.
So
Understood.
palates are maturing.
They are maturing, absolutely.
Wow, amazing. So, Kyle, here in the Bahamas, what are, you mentioned some of them already, but the most popular ones here from the wine group?
Well, Franzia. That's, we talk about patio pounders, but, that's bag in a box kind of wine, right? So you could travel with your box. A lot of folks, chefs, drink and cook with it. And so, he spoke about the numbers. We do quite a bit of that. Morgan David, for sure, is a top seller. Folks kind of pretty get upset when they come in and there's a particular flavor that's not available. And then, we're all about the Sauvignon Blanc. So Cupcake does pretty well for us in that Sauvignon Blanc category. Again, patio pounders on the side of our nice seafood. For us in the summer, we do in our social settings find seafood that kind of shows up, whether it's planned or not planned, but Sauvignon Blanc kind of fits into that. And then we kind of see a nice little rodeo ride when it comes to Zinfandel, right? And we always speak about Zinfandel. It's been our introduction through the white Zinfandel phenom. But the grape itself, the red wine itself, we kind of see a little bit of bump. It's 7 deadly sins in terms of price point and where it is, kind of holds a firm spot.
Good.
Let's talk a little bit more about Franzia and box wine. The reputation a few years ago, people were, some wine snobs used to turn their nose up on
Well,
it.
what I appreciate about it is that you pronounced it. And I don't think I ever pronounced that correctly when I saw it.
What did you used to say?
I don't. Frazania? I don't know. I was all over the place. I'm sure.
Frizzante, I've heard as well. It's a wild ride when you're hearing people pronounce the name. But Franzia, it's like I said, it's our biggest brand. It's the biggest brand in the world in terms of volume. 24 million cases sold annually. And the wine quality is absolutely there. I think one of the things that we love to do is pour that wine into a decanter. And people have no idea what they're drinking. They don't know the varietal. They don't know the price point. They don't know the format that the wine came in. But when people try the wine, it's very fruit forward in a lot of cases. The Merlot, for example, there's a little bit of tannin, there's a little bit of structure, and you pour that wine out of a decanter and people don't know that they were drinking box wine. I think there is that perception that it's it's cheery, it's cheap, but it's actually really good quality wine in there. So you can have that again with food. Some of our white wines pair incredibly well with seafood. But you could grab a box of Merlot, a box of Cabernet, a box of red, and have it at a barbecue, and it pairs with pretty much anything coming off the grill.
Nice.
Yeah, we always speak about those price points and not always having to break the bank to enjoy a good glass of wine, and I think these wines that we speak of represent that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so let's try the first one we have here this morning. This is Cupcake. All right.
Cheers.
Cheers. And happy birthday, Chester.
Oh, thank you.
Happy birthday, Chester. So Cupcake is most of the wines are from the United States of America. There are a few exceptions, and the Sauvignon Blanc is one of them. This is a New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc. Wow. So New Zealand is famous for a couple of varietals. Sauvignon Blanc is the most famous. Pinot Noir is the other big one. And this is a very typical New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc. It's extremely fruit forward. You get that passion fruit note absolutely hitting you up front. A lot of grapefruit. There's gooseberry as well in there. Acidity is really high. So as Kyle was saying, this is going to pair incredibly well with seafood. You could do whitefish. You could do oysters, shrimp. Any seafood, this is going to be a perfect match. That acidity really cleans the palate nicely. And something that you get in a lot of Sauvignon Blancs, you get a grassy note. This one doesn't have that as much. It's more a fruit-forward wine and something that I think is extremely versatile.
Yeah, it is enjoyable.
Yeah.
That's nice.
All right.
And Sauvignon Blanc has been one of those wines that I've never found one that I kind of would gravitate to, but this is nice.
A nice little birthday gift for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to take a break, and then when we come back, we've got a couple more to sample here and a lot more to talk about with our guests this morning. This is Morning Blend Business on Guardian Radio 96.9. We're talking with Bristol Wines and Spirits. Stay with us.
Ready to save? You can put $100 into the CFAL Savings Express Plan and make sure your money keeps growing. Earn interest on your savings while you're sleeping, eating, or standing in line at the bank. Ready to invest? Start by putting $1,000 into our mutual funds and earn interest there too. Because at CFAL, your interest is our interest. Visit cfal.com to start now. CFAL, growing wealth for future generations of Bahamians.
The best athletes in the Bahamas will be on display at the B3A's Kids Athletics Invitational Junior and Senior National Championships, June 26 to 28 at the original Thomas A. Robinson Track and Field Stadium. Stephen Gardner, Devin Charlton, Shawnee Miller-Weebo, and so many more. The juniors are vying for the opportunity to represent the Bahamas at the World Under-20 Championships, and the seniors are gunning to qualify for the Paris Olympic Games, which are fast approaching, and our athletes are looking to get on the road to Paris. The meet gets underway at 4 p.m. on Wednesday, June 26th, and Thursday, June 27th, and at 5 p.m. on Friday, June 28th. Gates open at 3 p.m. daily, and tickets can be purchased for as low as $20 at the original Thomas A. Robinson Track and Field Stadium. The B3A's Kids Athletics Invitational Junior and Senior National Championships, June 26 to 28 at the original Thomas A. Robinson Stadium. You don't want to miss this one.
All those loans I had were so overwhelming. Fidelity's debt consolidation loan combined all my loan payments into one easy payment with a built-in savings plan that pays me unbeatable interest. It's time to make that move to Fidelity. Call 356-7764.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
We all know that our country's electricity infrastructure is decades old. It is breaking down, it is too expensive, and it cannot transmit clean energy. Small changes aren't enough. We are taking it all on. Upgrading and modernizing the grid, solar power, major energy reform. That's how we get to lower prices and more reliable electricity. It will not happen overnight, but it will be game-changing.
Go to newenergyera.gov.bs to learn more.
We're back here with Morning Blend on Guardian Radio 96.9, Morning Blend Business. We're talking with Bristol Wines and Spirits, our monthly segment with them, Dwight, Strachan, Chester Robards, and our guests, Kyle Stubbs, Tori Saunders, Zena Williams, and Danielle Kahn with the Wine Group, and Ethan's quietly in the corner here. but yeah. All right, so what are we going to be looking at next?
7 Deadly Sins. Zinfandel.
All right.
A true look at the grapes in Zinfandel.
Right. It's not S-I-N-S, it's Z or Z-I-N-S.
Zinfandel. Daniel, tell us about this one.
Yeah, this is absolutely one of my favorite wines in the portfolio. It is about 92% Zinfandel and about 8% Petit Syrah. So it is a very classic Zinfandel from the Lodi region in California. And what makes Lodi unique is it pretty much mimics a Mediterranean climate. So the way the soils drain, the way the cooling influences come in off of San Francisco Bay. So Lodi is inland, but the maritime influence gets in there through gaps in the mountains. So it really mimics what you'd see in the Mediterranean. And that's important because Zinfandel is very closely related to the Primitivo grape, which comes from Italy. So you're going to get very similar notes on this wine that you would from a Primitivo in Italy. So you get a little bit of a coffee note, a little bit of earthiness, a little bit of smoke note from the oak, but a very fruit-forward wine at the same time. Medium sort of tannins and an incredible wine with food, similar to Primitivo in Italy. So I would pair this wine with anything off the grill. I do this wine at home with ribs. It is a fantastic barbecue rib wine. But if you're doing burgers, if you're doing steak, if you've got a roast, this wine is going to be a perfect complement to that. And it's also a great complement to an evening in watching Netflix. Very easy to enjoy wine.
The nose is great too.
Yeah. Kyle, I see the wheels turning. You've got some ideas.
No, I was just a couple of things. Everything coming off of the grill and just the way we treated this Zinfandel this morning, I think is perfect. And sometimes we kind of skin up our face with putting red wines inside or chilling it down to an appropriate temperature. I mean, it's been extremely hot, even though we've had some rain recently, and it's going to get hotter over the next 3 months. But putting this Zinfandel in the refrigerator 10 to 15 minutes before you enjoy it with some food coming off the barbecue, I think it's just fantastic. I was actually just trying to see what the alcohol content would have been, because a couple of things. We like the fruit forwardness. We like a nice kick in the alcohol. But then to bring down the temperature, to have those all behaving, well-behaved components, I think is just, and we're just talking about the aroma of the wine. I'm smelling a little bit of bacon, some smokiness.
There's absolute smokiness.
Just a really nice, complex aroma.
I think that the chilling is an important note. I think it's very easy for you to chill and then allow it to get to room temperature. Right. As opposed to if it's too warm, it's very hard to go backward. And when we talk about wine being at room temperature differs around the world. So the room temperature in Australia is different than the room temperature where I'm from in Toronto. And you don't want the wine to be too warm. So having it chilled slightly is a great move. Another thing about this wine that I wanted to mention, and I didn't mention it when I was talking about the company, all of the grapes that go into this wine are certified sustainable. They're certified sustainably grown. The winery is certified sustainable. And all of our owned and operated vineyards at the wine group are either, they're at the lowest form are certified sustainable, they are organic, they're biodynamically farmed. I mean, the environment is really important to our organization. And while it is important to, obviously be mindful of the earth and the environment, I think you actually can taste the quality in the grapes. So this is the only Lodi certified sustainable old vine Zinfandel on the marketplace, and it really shows in the quality of the fruit that we get for this wine.
Yeah, it is really delightful.
It's very nice.
A couple of things you mentioned, right? Lodi, which is one of those areas in California that we just growing on us now here inside our market. Sustainable farming. So the seriousness and the approach to what it is that they do inside the vineyard. But I agree. You can taste the quality in the juice when you put it on your palate. This is definitely a summer barbecue wine.
Right. Absolutely.
And of course, back to room temperature. Room temperature in the Bahamas is coffee.
It's
coffee.
It's inappropriate for wine.
So
it's
you don't want
inappropriate
that.
for wine. Yeah, our room temperature is inappropriate for wine.
All right. Zena, how about some
prices?
What are we looking at for this? This tastes like a premium quality wine there, or how much are we looking at here? You're going to work that out while we and for the cupcake as well. All right.
Super. Yeah, so I just want to, while Zena's looking at some prices for us, these gentlemen kind of squeezed Chester in tomorrow. And I know my colleague probably is at the office listening. But we're going to do a trivia before we're done today, and we're going to give out one more spot for tomorrow evening. Wow. But tomorrow evening is going to be lining up to be a fantastic tasting. At Premier Crew, it's going to be inside the store itself. We have some...
and you say you are booked, though.
We are booked, right. So just his birthday, and we're going to make a space available for a good listener this morning. And we're going to have some light bites by the folks that operate Zen in Old Fort Bay. I'm almost certain there's about 6 or 7, I could be wrong, maybe 8 wines on the lineup tomorrow. Behringer, Main and Vine, Behringer Founders Estate. Cupcake is going to show up as well as Morgan David, and 7 Deadly Sins are going to be on the lineup tomorrow night. And so if you have missed the opportunity to join us tomorrow and next week, just follow us on all of our social media platforms so we don't fall into this instance again.
The tasting for next week is booked full as well.
It is booked, and we usually go with 30 folks on the inside, and so tomorrow night we're going as far as 38. Wow! And then next week Thursday we have 43 people already booked. So we're kind of reconfiguring and moving some wines to make some space to accommodate. But we're gonna have to go back to the drawing board because it seems as though people are hooked onto our tastings now.
Sounds like it'd be a fun night.
Yeah, it always is.
I hope it was these Morning Blend listeners, Morning Blend business listeners who are.
I hope it is. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is.
Can I ask about the cupcake name?
For sure.
Where that?
You know what? It's actually it's a pretty cool story. So when this brand came out in kind of like around 2010, 2012 time frame, the concept, a lot of people assume that the wine is going to be sweet. They assume that because it's cupcake, it's implying that it's going to be like a cake.
Right.
And while there are some varietals that we sell, like our red blend, it definitely has that sort of mocha and chocolate note to it. The brand actually, it's all about the feeling that you get when you're having a cupcake. So the tagline for the brand is choose joy. And when you think about when you're having a cupcake, it's not just the cake, it's the celebration, and it's usually something small. It could be a birthday, it could just be you wanted to pick up a treat at the grocery store. You're celebrating little wins in life. So really the cupcake is about the feeling that you get and the way that it makes people feel. And I talked about wine being not necessarily just for food, but to share and have with friends, have with family. The feeling that you get when you choose joy, that's what we're trying to get out of the brand cupcake.
Okay, that's nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Zena.
Let's go, Zena.
Okay, so the
Debbie.
cupcake, the cupcake is $20.60. That includes VAT, and the 7 Deadly Sins is $28.48.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Really good.
All right. And Dan, you mentioned it already. Tell us more about the different types of cupcake, the different varieties that you have.
Yeah, so Cupcake, it's the number one premium brand in the United States of America. Tons of different varietals. We see, to the point we were talking about earlier, the trend toward light and fresh is absolutely alive and well with the Cupcake brand. So the Sauvignon Blanc is a big seller for us. Our Pinot Grigio, we have 2 Pinot Grigios. We have an Italian Pinot Grigio. Wow. And just this year, we launched a California Pinot Grigio called Citrus Kissed Pinot Grigio. There are no citrus flavors added to the wine. It's just evocative of what you get in the glass. It's California Pinot Grigio, so it's going to be very fruit forward. There's a lot of lemon, a lot of lime flavors, and it's extremely refreshing. We have a Prosecco in the Cupcake line as well. So what we like with this, we obviously have red varietals, but we have a lighter line called Cupcake Lighthearted, and some sweet wines. And what we're doing is really expanding those occasions and speaking to consumers at a lot of different points in their in their day and in terms of occasions. It's a brand that has a lot of breadth and a lot of versatility. And they're meant to be enjoyed. These are not wines in cork. They're screw cap for a reason. They're meant to be enjoyed young, but potentially spontaneously. Grabbing it by for a picnic and just out of the fridge. It's really something that I think we can enjoy in a number of different settings and a number of different varietals: red, white, lighter, sweet, all over the map. And like I said, it's sourced from all over the world. So majority of the grapes are from the United States. But we do have a few varietals, like I mentioned, the Italian Pinot Grigio, this Sauvignon Blanc in front of us, that's from New Zealand. It's just a fantastic brand to work with.
Wonderful. Wow. You have any questions, folks? Give us a call, 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259, and you can call us toll-free, 242-300-5720, or text us, 422-4796. Tweet us, Facebook us as well.
I don't think anybody's ever represented the screw cap the way you did just now. Like, we didn't think about that, the way the screw cap could,
to go fumbling for a bottle opener.
Let's go.
Yeah, we have a couple of brands that we do in screw cap because for that reason. They're to be consumed young. Like you can still age the wine.
Yeah,
but it's supposed to be in that casual setting and just being able to crack it open at any time
on the beach.
By the
pool.
On the beach. It's young. It's fresh. These are they're all. they're all occasions you can be drinking wine. It's not just for food.
Yeah, I feel like we drilled Kyle on one show about, is it really wine if it has a screw cap on it?
Exactly. No, but it is the buy now, drink now kind of thing. But I also like the screw caps because it eliminates the oxidization that you want and don't want depending on style and quality of wine. So it plays its part.
There's a lot of premium wine from Australia and the United States and New Zealand. So it's a lot of New World producers that are doing screw cap, but it is by no means an indication of quality or lack thereof. It's just a different way to close the wine that frankly is going to keep cork taint away. It's going to keep contamination away. So at the end of the day, it's actually a much more versatile closure.
Oh wow. Yeah. Hey,
people need to know that.
Yes, absolutely. Very,
I'm not
very
just making it up.
Very helpful. All right. So Kyle has to catch up there.
I crush in the Zinfandel after my morning coffee. This is an aggressive way to start the day.
This is how we do it on Morning Blend Business. Wow. All right. So we've got our third option here. All right, Kyle. So tell us what we're opening up.
This is Morgan David Pomegranate.
Right. So Daniel, tell us about that.
So this is another one of those brands that is similar to Franzia, have been around for a very long time. As a pre-prohibition brand, Mogan David, since about the 1930s.
Oh wow!
Obviously, the pomegranate flavor not around since the 1930s, but this brand is it's a brand that's taken off here in the Bahamas. Very easy to enjoy flavor profile with our base Concord. We also have a blackberry and then this pomegranate. Really fruit forward wine. Now, the pomegranate has a little bit more acidity on the finish, I find, than the blackberry, which I get notes of like blackberry jam on that one. This one, you get that fruitiness from the pomegranate. You get the Concord grape as well. Concord grapes are extremely fruit forward as well, high sugar content. So I think this thing is it's a great wine to enjoy in a lot of social settings. So I wouldn't as much. You can absolutely pair this with. We were talking about barbecue with the Zinfandel. You absolutely can do that here. You can pair this with a burger. But I think pairing it with friends is a great way to enjoy this wine.
Wow, Kyle, explain the popularity here.
I assume it's the flavor profile and the sweetness to it. It's just 100% non-offensive on the palate, on the nose. And
except for Chester.
But we're still heavy on the sweet wines in our market, and I think with the flavor component, you can pick your poison per se.
Yeah.
But it's enjoyable going down. It's I don't say extremely. It's sweet. It's smooth. It's soft and it's round.
I think soft, round, smooth is a great way to put it. And Kyle, I think you did a great job lining up the samples today because it shows the versatility of the wine group, our ability to make a lot of different wines at a lot of different price points for a lot of different consumers and different occasions. Yeah. But you're starting with a Sauvignon Blanc that was really vibrant. It was crisp. It's something that we said was going to be a patio pounder. You're going to drink that with seafood or by the beach. Yeah. You had the Zinfandel, which is more premium. It's more big. It's round. There was that smoke component to it, and that that big fruit forward flavor. And we were going to pair that with barbecue. But you get Mogan David, which does have that sweeter profile, and we said, okay, this is going to pair nicely with friends. It's going to be more of a
conversation, good time.
Exactly, conversation, good time type wine, and it shows the versatility of not so much the wine group, but just wine in general. And I think that's a perception that we're fighting. That wine is, like I said, pretentious and it's just for food. Quite the opposite. I think you can see it demonstrated in the three wines we tasted here today.
Yeah, you said it's from the 30s. Tell us more about how this came to be, Mogan David.
So it's actually it's a kosher wine. It's a kosher product. So it was something that we see spikes in sales during Passover domestically in the United States and also in Canada, but the flavor profile lends itself to, like we said, a lot of different occasions. So where it started out in a very, I wouldn't say restrictive, but just in a select group of occasions, we were able to expand it into different occasions, different flavors. So we have the blackberry and the pomegranate. There's also an offshoot brand MD 2020, which is in the U.S. as well as in select markets in the Caribbean and Latin America. And the MD it stands for, a lot of people think it stands for Mad Dog. It actually stands for Mogan David. So it's a brand that we see a lot of success with in the U.S. and in the Caribbean and Latin America. Yeah. And it's really versatile with a lot of different varietals.
You mentioned Passover and kosher, and I thought to myself when I tasted it, is this wine for communion?
Communion wine, yeah.
It
Concord
does.
grape wine tastes.
It
tastes like communion wine.
It does have that flavor profile, and there is a reason for that.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it was designed specifically for those occasions, but it's a phenomenal product.
Yeah.
So you're able to expand it to different occasions, different communities, and it's been very well received, and a brand that's a big part of our portfolio at the Wine Group.
Yeah. I think it reminds me of like Six Grapes, but like
Without
for somebody
the
who
alcohol content,
without being like
and
kinda.
really taking over. Yeah,
And so I know like people who would really enjoy this who.
Oh no, we have
that,
customers who are really upset, and just to put this out there, a lot of our inventory or logistics concerns really don't fall on Bristol's. Just like yesterday, we were expecting a container, and it was weather, and so we'll try again next week. But when Morgan David is out of stock, it's a catastrophe.
Oh, it's a problem.
It's a problem.
Well, there you go.
We want to limit those out of stock.
Absolutely. But it is a brand that hits a lot of different palates. It is a social brand for us.
Absolutely.
We see folks Friday nights hanging out and grabbing 3 or 4 bottles together, kind of thing. But it does its job. It really does do its job. So no complaints on that.
And do you carry all of the flavors?
We carry the blackberry, the pomegranate, and the Concord.
All three.
Yeah.
All three.
Wow. All right. So, Danny, I think you mentioned some of them already, but talk about all the various wine brands that we have. And Kyle, you can tell us at Bristol.
Yeah, from the Wine Group. So, Francia, which is a good brand for us as well. We like it. And just the explanation we had about box wines, I think it was perfect.
Yeah.
Some of the top restaurants would have Franzia offered by the glass and using it inside the kitchen.
Wow.
And then we move into the Morgan David, which is really a retail-driven wine for us. And so we try to make sure the presence and it's always there. It's always available. It's always, somebody's introduced to it and want a sample. We have no problem with opening the bottle because we know it's going to lead to a sale, kind of thing. Cupcake, we're down to 1 SKU at the moment, but I'm certain through conversations over the next 2 days, we'll see how that goes. We had the Prosecco at one point, the 7 Deadly Sins, and then 2 wines that we don't have here with us, which is the Beringers, the Beringer Main and Vine. I'm going to be careful on how I use it. It's the entry level based on price point, and then we have the Beringer Founders Estate. Which is locked and loaded in a very competitive category. Other brands that you gentlemen would be familiar with in that category, things like Josh and Chateau Saint Michel from Washington and 1 or 2 others. But Beringer has been a staple. When I was introduced to wine, it was kind of like the staple approach to California wines, and so it'll be exciting to get into some Beringer.
Value for money. That Beringer Main and Vine. Beringer Main and Vine. You cannot beat it. You get traditional California varietals, your Cabernets, your Pinot Grigios, your Chardonnay, and while it is at an entry level price point, it punches way above its class. Like it is great wine. It's one of our top selling brands. It's one of our top focus brands. And we get tons of compliments on that brand when we show up in market. It's just it's a great way to introduce consumers to different varietals in a very non pretentious sort of way.
You would think Daniel and I had this conversation before we came here, but it is how do we find the wines that outperform their price category, right? So we always try to find the $30 bottles that are drinking like $60, $75 bottles, and here we have some wines that are lower price points that really outperform where they are.
Absolutely.
Well, there's one person in the Bahamas who buys all of your Main and Vine Chardonnay, so he buys about a case almost.
Oh, yeah, our good friend. Listen, Peter Chest is on his own. Wow. Right?
Well, I've discovered the Beringer, the Chardonnay soaked in the is it the cognac? Is that the was it?
Was it Beringer? No. Oh, you mean the Behringer Bros in the bourbon barrel,
Right.
Which is a category that kind of took off on its own, but not really stuck for us in our market. So we have the
okay.
Behringer Bros bourbon barrel, and we have one or two others menage to our bourbon barrel, and we have the 1,000 Stories Zinfandel that's been inside bourbon barrel as well. But we had a nice little bump coming out of the pandemic with those, and then we kind of seen a little.
Oh my!
Yeah, we find it's pretty regional where those bourbon barrel products really stick. What consumers are coming back to is those traditional Cabernet and Pinot Grigio and Chardonnay varietals. And like I said, when you're looking for a great bottle of wine at a great price point, you cannot beat Behringer Main and Vine.
Nice. All right, so tell us, you got the big event tomorrow, but what else are you going to be doing while you're here?
I'm going to be visiting customers, visiting with the staff at Bristol, and we've got obviously the radio here. We've got a couple of events. It should be a really fun time talking wine, meeting consumers, and I love seeing the different ways that people enjoy our products. It's very different. I mean, I said I was based in Canada. I manage all of our international business. And when you go from Canada to Mexico to the Bahamas to Trinidad, you see, a wide range of people enjoying the product, and there really is no wrong way to enjoy wine. So I love that aspect of it. It's actually quite a lot of fun. I get up every morning very grateful to do what I do.
Wow. You said Trinidad like a Trinidadian.
My background is half. It's all Guyanese, but I have a lot of Trini family. I got Bajan family. I've got family from Jamaica. They're all listening back in Toronto right now.
Definitely heard it.
So it's also kind of cool to have that background and then come down to the Caribbean and be able to to
hang
see
out with your cousins.
Right. Is it your first time here?
It's my first time in the Bahamas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Welcome. Two things is, and we talk about how wide the portfolio is underneath the wine group. So we'll have an opportunity to pop into some of the hotels, with the nice coat jackets, and we'll also have an opportunity to hang out with some of our friends inside the Grove and Angliston and that kind of stuff, where we do sell a lot of Morgan David and that kind of stuff. So, these gentlemen are in for a good 2 days.
It's going to be an interesting
You're going to
ride.
pair the Kong salad with some.
Most definitely.
We were having some Kong salad last night. It would have been a perfect match with the Sauvignon Blanc.
It is. We always try to make that a thing. So he snuck ahead and had the Kong salad. We'll make the Kong salad and Sauvignon Blanc thing happen before they depart. But that's we insist on our suppliers having that experience.
Wonderful stuff. Yeah. Well, thank you for being with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
And we're going to do this giveaway.
Yeah.
So there's one lucky person.
We just want to ask one question, and then Zena's going to introduce something new that's happening wine-wise at Bristol. But we tasted 3 fantastic wines.
Yes.
I just want whoever to send us a text message or to call in and let us know the 3 wines that we've tasted and the name of the gentleman that guided us through these 3 wines.
There you go.
Wow. But I had to make it a little bit difficult because we are oversold. So, we have to kind of twist it to kind of make that spot available.
All right.
Unless Chester gives up his spot.
All right. So let me give out the numbers. Call in or text. You can text us 422-4796 or call in right now. 323-6232, 325-4316. 325-4259. Any one of those. Call in with the answer, the 3 wines, and the name of our special guest. Oh boy,
that's a tough one.
And,
That's
and,
a tough one.
and if you know it, call in if you're going right. Don't just call in not to right, come, or give it to somebody.
Yeah, you gotta reach.
I would give up my spot if you make it a little easier. Because while I appreciate that you guys give me a birthday gift, I didn't talk it over with my wife. My very pregnant wife.
I'll take his spot if he's not going to go.
Done.
Yeah.
Done.
All right, Zena.
Well, our last announcement before we leave, we are working on a wine club.
Oh, yes.
So it's going to be called On Cloud Wine Club.
Oh, wow.
And
Who came up with that?
You know who came up with that. So we're just going to offer a few wine selections each month. It's going to be a box of selections based on what month it is.
Okay.
And if you are a member of the club, you're also going to get some special benefits. For example, we're going to have an exclusive wine tasting that's just for club members, where we're going to taste some of our higher price point SKUs, have a good time. And then we're also going to offer like discounts to club members and other little gifts here and there. So it's just something you should look out for. We have an Instagram page.
So subscription club.
Yeah, it's a subscription-based club. So we have an Instagram page at On Cloud Wine Club. Or you could just follow us in Bristol, where we'll start sharing information so you could join the club and see when we're about to start. And
Okay.
if you'd like to subscribe on a monthly basis.
Any limits to how many people can be in the club?
No, we're starting off with a creep, but it's going to be open to all of our private trade customers. But some folks have been knocking on our door for a very long time, and I think when Zeno joined us last year, it kind of clicked. And after she got her feet wet, and we had 1 or 2 other projects with the Bahamas Botanicals and everything, and she kind of knocked off her checklist, and then we came back full circle, and over the last 3 weeks, sat down with a couple of our go-to wine consumers. And so we're going to make Thursdays our day at Premier Cru. The third Thursdays is what we're aiming at and heading towards for a elevated tasting.
Nice.
And that tasting is only going to be offered to those who would have participated in the subscription club. Very affordable.
Can you say how much?
Yeah, I think I can. Yeah.
Let's see.
The first 3 months are locked in at the same price point. So $130 per month gives you the box of wines. The first month is 2 wines. The second and third month is 3 wines based on international wine days and that kind of stuff. And then we will come together and taste some premium wines. So one of them, I think is the August box, just a little info, has some Prosecco's as the subscription wines. But the tasting is going to be vintage champagnes.
Oh, wow.
So it's that kind of thing, right? So one of them have some entry level cabs and Pinot Noirs, and at the tasting, it will be some Premier Cru Pinot Noir from Louis Latour and something from California as well. So the tasting is going to be much more elevated than our Around the World in 60 glasses tasting that we have every last Thursday. But to get into that premiumized tasting or luxe level tasting, you have subscription to get 2 or 3 wines, and then Thursdays are open to you to come and have a social setting at Premier Cru and bring a friend or 2 and open up your bottles of wines. It'll come with supporting information, wine pairing suggestions, nothing over the top, but we're just going to build it. And I think, Zena came on board and it's just been the perfect glue to bring all of these pieces together. We're going to roll it in July.
A great program.
So if you can follow us on Instagram, as Zeno said, on Cloud Wine Club, and that's where we'll be pushing through the information. But we anticipate in October is when we'll just blow the head off of that and we'll be full steam ahead.
Nice.
And it's Thursdays because Wednesday's already taken.
Yeah, Wednesday's already.
Yeah, by some other club or something.
Sounds perfect. All right, we got a texter. They got it all. And some spellings are a little off.
It's not really English class, so,
right?
Right.
Look, yeah.
There we go.
Let's see if Daniel accepts that because his spelling. Is
that works.
That's good.
That works.
Although the caller's gone. Okay, so the texter, you got it. I'll give you the number. Congratulations. I hope you enjoy
if we can
yourself.
get a name and a number, and then Zena will make certain that we.
Name and number.
Congratulations. Great stuff there. Yes, it was Morgan David, Franzia, and Cupcake, and Daniel Kahn is a guest.
Oh, right. People listen. I love it.
Yeah, this is great.
They don't just listen, they take notes.
I know, right? I'm certain somebody's going to catch us inside one of the retail stores. Like I heard you guys on the radio, which is awesome.
Yeah.
We love it.
Wonderful. Well, thank you all again. Daniel, nice meeting you.
Thank you
Great.
for having me. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
And of course, Kyle, Tori, and Zena, and Ethan. Great to have you with us this morning.
Ethan, I know.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you so much. See you next month. And we'll take a quick